We recently had a horrible accident at Darien Lake Theme Park, and when our news organization requested from the State Labor Department the ride inspection records, we were denied, and we couldn't bring that information then to people that were concerned about the safety. Do you think that was right?
We have two things that we need to accomplish. First, we're in the middle of an investigation because this is a serious accident, so the state is investigating, and we want to make sure we don't compromise the investigation. Let the investigation take place. Let's find out what exactly happened. Second thing we want to accomplish is we want the information made public. We want people to be informed. We want people to know the facts about, in this case, amusement parks, but whatever business they may be actually visiting. So we want to do both. We want to have a thorough investigation, and we don't want to compromise the investigation, and we want to make the information available to the public.
Would you support then maybe the creation of a website or directing the State Labor Department to create a database so that parents like myself, if we were going to go to an amusement park, could go online, as long as we weren't driving, could go online and check out that information for ourselves?
It sounds like a good idea to me. I think it's something the Department of Labor should consider. They are now in the midst of the investigation, and we want to make sure the investigation is done quickly and thoroughly, without interference. Let's get the facts, and then let's come up with any improvements we can to make sure people get the information.
Governor, considering the history going back with the state trying to enforce cigarette sales tax collections on Indians, how far is the state prepared to go with this?
Well, we have been, as you know, this has been a matter that's been going on for a long time. There's been numerous court cases and court battles back and forth. We have now recently, the courts have allowed us to enforce the law and collect the taxes, and we're doing it aggressively through the Department of Taxation and Finance. So we're doing everything we can under the law. It's been a long delay, but we're going to be making up for it.
Last time that this happened, things got kind of ugly, as you recall.
Yeah, I recall that. But, as I've said all along, I was the Attorney General of this state before I was the governor. The law is the law. And we are going to enforce the law against everyone, everywhere. And you're not going to threaten the state into not enforcing the law. That would be intolerable. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So we're going to enforce the law. The court now says we can, and we are.
The Senecas say that cigarettes produced on their own territories are tax exempt according to federal law. What's your
the courts have spoken, and we are enforcing the law, and we're collecting the taxes.
Even on native produced cigarettes?
We are going to enforce the law, and we are going to collect the taxes.
Governor, can you talk a little bit about Marcellus Shale, the economic opportunity, especially in light of the DEC recommendation a couple weeks ago?
The DEC did a report that strikes a balance between protecting the environment and economic development. Basically, the DEC said that they believe you can drill with the right precautions and regulations in the right areas, not watershed areas near private wells, etc. That report is now out for public comment. We're in the midst of that process. The public can review it. As we were discussing before, they can take it down online, make comments. Those comments will be considered and will then go to the next step. It's a big decision, and it's impactful either way, frankly. So we're bringing diligence and caution to the situation, and I think that's appropriate.
Do you have any personal feelings?
I think the report does strike a balance between protecting the environment, but yet offering an important region of the state economic opportunity. And we'll see what the public says, and we'll take it from there.
One more, guys.
It appears the state of Ohio is about to siphon off large amounts of water from Lake Erie. What's your stand going to be on that?
That is a situation that concerns the state, obviously. There's what's called the Great Lakes Compact. We understand that several states share the Great Lakes, and this has posed concern to this state. We have the appropriate people in my administration will be contacting Ohio, and we'll see where it goes, but it is a situation that causes us concern.
And given the compact, is there legal action that the state can take against another state? How does that work?
This potential legal action, We don't want to get into a dispute with another state if we can avoid it, and we're going to have conversations because it is a situation that causes us concern.
Hadn't you ought to call that other governor? It might mean a little more coming from you.
I'm sorry?
Hadn't you ought to call the Ohio governor? It might mean a little more coming from you.
Well, we will do whatever we have to do to protect the rights of New York. Don't you worry about that.